Well, hello folks. This is my first fishing video. Today I'm going to be fishing for crappie and I'm under a dock. Show you what I'm using right quick. I've already had it in the water a few minutes. Had a bite, didn't catch it, but I'm using it's called a joker, and this is a blue with yellow chartreuse tail. It's got shiny flakes in it. So I'm just going to start off without using any power bait or any kind of scent or anything. I'm just fishing the jig. Like I said, I've already had a bite on it. So let's see what happens. In a few minutes, I'm going to be changing lures or changing jigs. And I'm going to, well, folks, I'll tell you what, it works. I have to show you. Lost my camera. Show you what I just did. I told you that when I went fishing with let me get everything set back up here. I don't want to restart it. Let me move everything. I'm not going to restart this. I hate to do this, but in the middle of broadcasting or recording, it's kind of critical sometimes. You don't miss the moment. And sometimes the moment's not just what you want. All right. So I told you I was going to use my Bleeding Shad. Well, looky here. Got a little slab, about an 11-inch slab, and I'll show you that the Bleeding Shad did work, because there he is in the roof of that mouth. He hit that thing like he wanted it. I've caught a couple of crappie this afternoon I've been here about an hour and I caught a couple. Been trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. So it doesn't look real pretty, but there's that Bleeding Shad. I'm going to flip it back out there and I'll tell you how it goes in just a minute. I caught the post a minute ago, and I had to maneuver my boat over where I was fishing, and I was afraid that I scared the crappie out, but it must have woke them up, because as soon as I got reset, man, boom, he hit it on the way in. Now, I cheated on that fish because I had a crappie nibble on there, had a little bit of scent. This time, now I want to fish it naked, if you will. I want to see what it'll do on its own without the crappie nibble and having the scent. Maybe he was the only one there, but I've caught a couple. They're both 11 inches, 11 and a half inches, so that's a good keeper. If I can catch another 10 or 12, the wife and I will have supper or lunch tomorrow, or we'll put them in the freezer, add to them, and have some of the kids over, have some friends over, have a fish fry. We did that a couple of months ago. What I'd been catching, for all the fish I'd been catching for a while, I had frozen, and we carried them to church, and we cooked 19 and a half pounds of fillets, and we fed 30 people. We had a blessed time and a super fellowship, and everybody was excited and thrilled. We're going to do that again for our folks one of these days. I don't have the stockpile right now, so we're out here working on that at the moment. So I'm about to do something. I'm going to make one more cast, and if I don't catch a fish then on my Bleeding Shad, I'm going to put some crappie nibble on there and see if we catch one like that, because that is how I caught that fish with the Bleeding Shad jig that I made. So give me just a moment. I'll tell you what, let's put it on there because I don't have very much battery. I brought both of my batteries with me. I had them charged up, I thought, and it played for about, a minute and a half while ago. It died. I plugged it in, but I can't use my mic and have it plugged in at the same time, so I stuck the other battery in. We'll see. May not have as long a video as I'd like to have, but now I've got that. I've got the crappie nibble. I've got the crappie nibble on it. Now we're going to pitch him out there, right where I caught that other one. I'm going to let it drift back to me. We're in about 8 foot of water. No, I'm sorry. I'm throwing in about 8 foot of water. I'm sitting in 12 foot of water. And, okay, I let it go to the bottom. Oh, there he was. I had a bite. I had a bite. And a slow grip. Now, let me say to you, I don't know if you can see this, but my bloody shad is so light that right here at my hand, I had to add a split shot just so that I can get it down a little quicker and I can able to cast it over by the poles a little easier. I think what I will do on my next bloody shad, I'm going to wrap the hook with lead wire just to give it that weight. So now there he is. Ah, look at that on the bloody shad. Folks, there's another nice fish. So you saw it. I caught it. It does work. It does work. You know, he's not a keeper. He's only about 9.5 inches long. Let's see how long he is. Well, I was right. That fish, he wanted to go home. He wanted to go home. He's 9.5 inches long. So he's got a ways to go. I got a friend that says those fish are deformed. Said their tail is too close to their head. Well, I guess that's right for keepers. I like that terminology. Let me say to you that I really enjoy doing my videos. I'm going to do more and more. I'm going to do some more of my fishing videos. But I would appreciate if you'd do a couple of things for me. Would you leave me a comment? Would you click that thumbs up like button? And would you subscribe to my channel, please? I would appreciate it very much. This is for your enjoyment as much as my enjoyment doing it. Share it with your friends. You know, the Lord blesses us every day. He gives us opportunities to do things that we really not deserving of. And this is one of the things I'm not deserving of that He gives me the pleasure to do and the privilege to do, along with pastoring a little church. And you know, I appreciate every day that He gives me to breathe, to love my wife and my kids, my grandkids, my church family, my relatives, and to share with you. You know, God has a plan for each of us. But amongst that plan, He also gives us opportunities and He gives us privileges to do things that we enjoy doing. Spend time with your family. Spend time with your wife. Spend time with your kids, your grandkids, and enjoy the blessings that God gives us. I have to show you right quick what a beautiful day. It's about 100 degrees now, but if you notice, that water is just as calm as you'd want it anywhere. But, you know, we're not about the wind right now. We're about catching another crappie. Let's throw this out there. Let's see if there's another one under the water there that's just waiting on that bloody shad. Here we go. That was a bad cast. It just kind of fell at my feet here, but that's all right. There might be a crappie laying there underneath the boat, just ready to latch on. Let's flip it back over there where we enjoyed that catch. Now I've got a marker on my marker on my line. I've got it set at about 5 foot, 6 foot. Oh, there he is. Oh boy, look at that. Well, folks, there's another one. There's another one. It was down about 5 foot, and he hit that thing like he wanted it. That's bigger than the last one. Let's see what we got, folks. That fish is kind of wild. And he is, if I stretch his tail out, looky there, even upside down, I get 10 almost 10 and a quarter without stretching. Nice fish. Alrighty, that's 3. We catch 22 more, we'll be limited out. Then we'll have to go see if we can catch some sand bass. But there you have it. I can tell you after that, 3 fish on the Bloody Shad. You know, if you email me and you say, Boney, I'd like to have one of them, would you build me some of them? You know, if you email me and ask me, I might just do something like that for you. I won't demand a lot. Just more subscribes and more views and more likes, and we can talk about it. But you see, here in the middle of August, 100-degree days. Oh, there he is. There is another one right underneath me. He's a little boy. Okay, you see, folks, the Bloody Shad is working. Ooh, that's fun. Go home. Go grow up. Don't be deformed the next time I see you. I thought when I pulled up here and started fishing, I wasn't getting any bites. I thought, well, it's going to be a bad day. And those days happen as far as catching goes. But, man, just a few minutes, that's 4 in the boat. That kind of gets me excited. That makes me ready for the next one. So I'm just going to let that Bloody Shad just kind of lay there. I want to find the bottom. I want to see how deep I'm fishing right now. I'm not sure if I'm getting all the way to the bottom. Okay, now let's bring it up. I got a friend that taught me this. He said, I like to fish one round up. I turn my reel, 1 revolution. He said, I like to fish 1 round off the bottom. Well, I got to doing that. You know, I enjoyed doing that. But the thing is, oh, there he is. Oh, no, I hung up on that cable. There's a cable down there that I find every once in a while. And I may have just lost. Folks. Nope, there it is. I got it loose. I'm going to say I may have lost my Bloody Shad. Oh, and I had a bite going back down. But he taught me this. He said, I fish a round off the bottom. And as I was saying, you know, crappie don't look down. They only look out and they look up. And so I start there 1 round off the bottom because we know they're not laying down underneath the mud. So they got to be up a little ways and maybe laying on the bottom, but we got to have it above their eyes so they can see it. If I don't catch a fish pretty quick at a round off the bottom, then I'll crank it 1 more time and I'll fish that depth. And then if I don't catch fish, I'll do it again. 1 more round. That's a good rule of thumb until I'm up, you know, almost to the top. Sometimes I've fished at the bottom, caught several fish. We were doing it one day, and he was catching several, and I was catching some, and then they seemed to quit biting, and I started cranking up. He was still fishing on the bottom. I was catching shad catching crappie in 14 inches deep, and he wasn't catching any. I just told him, I said, bring your lure up, catch them fish. They've come up. So he did. He started catching fish again. It was fun. Then they quit biting. He said, well, this isn't working. He went back one round off the bottom. Boom, he caught another fish. I said, well, they've gone back down. So we played like that kind of game all afternoon that day. When we wound up, we brought home 41 crappie. Oh, had a bite. Missed him. We brought home 41 crappie and a sand bass that day. That was the best day that I had all spring. And I don't expect to have that every time I go out, but it sure would be fun. It would be awesome. Hey, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to pause this. I'm going to shut it down and save some battery. You do see that the Bloody Shad lure does work. So if you like that idea and you watch that, you still got questions about it, oh, please, 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 get in touch with me. Be sure to share with your friends, your relatives, your family, and enjoy every day that the Lord gives you.